Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, we have a one-on-one with Hendra Setiawan as Indonesia's national hero talks candidly about the high points of his illustrious career. And find out how thousands of Scottish schoolchildren had their first taste of badminton at the Shuttle Time Big Hit Festivals. Every sport has its heroes, and badminton certainly isn't lacking any. One of the biggest stars of the modern era is Indonesia's Hendra Setiawan. An Olympic gold medalist and a three-time world champion in men's doubles, the 33-year-old is lauded as one of badminton's finest and is highly revered in his home country.
I am not a hero. But if I was, I would have won all the time. No. I feel very honored that people think so highly of me. But I'm just a normal player. It's so hard to be a champion.
The unassuming badminton great graciously invited our cameras into his home in Jakarta, and we learnt more about his incredible career that has spanned over 15 years and one that is still going strong. The father of three was spending precious time with his family, a luxury for any top player who is usually busy on the road in search of sporting glory.
Maybe before I had children, it wasn't as challenging, but now that I have my own kids, I need to understand why they keep asking for me. We try to let them understand that I have a badminton career and I need to travel a lot. Luckily, they are fine with it.
Since stepping down from the Indonesian national team last year, Hendra has embarked on his second spell as an independent player, joining forces with Malaysia's Tan Boon Hyung. Deciding to leave the national side was partly a selfless move by the veteran shuttler, who felt it would give the younger players more opportunities to excel.
I've been with the national team since 2002 until 2010. I tried the independent professional scene for 3 years after that, before I rejoined in 2013, until I stepped down at the end of 2016. Looking back, I've been there for quite some time. I took the decision to leave and turn professional again. I believe it's a step in the right direction for the new generation of players coming through. If I had stayed on, the juniors may feel they have a lot of time to develop and may lack any kind of pressure. I think if I'm away from the team, the younger players have to step up and take more responsibility.
Hendra began his tenure in the national team partnering Marcus Kido, and the pair would go on to win numerous titles, including their first World Championships crown in 2007, which proved to be one of Hendra's most notable accomplishments.
Before that final, I couldn't sleep or have any appetite. It was the same thing with Marcus, but both of us refused to talk to each other about it. We preferred to keep quiet, so we went about our own business. That was our first experience at such a huge tournament, so I guess it was expected. To finish as champions was a great feeling, of course. It was a moment when I achieved one of my ambitions as a player.
That experience on the world stage would pave the way for Hendra to achieve the biggest feat of his career, an Olympic gold at the 2008 Beijing Summer Games. The momentous triumph delivered the perfect birthday gift for Indonesia, which was celebrating its 63rd Independence Day.
I didn't imagine being an Olympic champion in the beginning. But if I was capable of winning a World Superseries tournament, being a world champion looks like a real possibility. And fortunately, I got to win it as well. I had my eyes on the Olympic title from then on, but then again, I still didn't expect I could go that far. It's an amazing feeling to be an Olympic champion. To get that weight of expectation off your shoulders was simply a relief. I was absolutely delighted, not to mention proud, especially with the next day being the country's Independence Day. It's really hard to describe that moment.
However, 4 years later, the Olympic champions disappointingly failed to make the cut for London 2012, and Hendra decided to take on a fresh challenge. He parted ways with Marcus, and Hendra pushed on with Muhammad Ahsan. The new pairing wasted no time making an impression, announcing themselves as the next big thing in men's doubles when they brushed aside top Danish pair Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen at the BWF World Championships final in 2013.
Kita nggak dari awal banget ya.
We started out not as fresh to the scene players, but we were both already at a good level, and I think it accelerated our growth as a pair. With Marcus, we began the journey as young players, and we had to build our achievements from the bottom up. It was different with Ahsan. We were already on our way. Anyway, when I first joined up with Ahsan, I could see his fierce desire and hunger to succeed. During our training sessions, I had a good feeling about our partnership. However, I didn't think we could achieve so much in the space of months. I thought it would take a year or so.
Seenggaknya 1 tahun.
As with his partnership with Marcus, Hendra enjoyed a successful combination with Ahsan. Their achievements included an Asian Games gold medal in 2014 and a second world title in Jakarta the year after. But an unfulfilling Olympics campaign in Rio 2016 hastened Hendra's decision to set out on his own, this time collaborating with Bun Hyung in a transnational partnership. After weathering a rough start to 2017, the duo was starting to settle and recently finished runners-up at the Crown Group Australian Open.
When we reached the semi-finals at the China Masters, we began feeling confident of our chances as a pair. Even when we lost in round 2 of the Indonesia Open, we could see our performances getting better. At the Australian Open, we took each match at a time. It felt fantastic to have reached the final, and to just be there was a brilliant feeling. If we had won, it would have been the first time a transnational partnership had won a World Superseries title.
It seems Hendra always enjoys the adrenaline of competition, no matter who he partners. But the Indonesian is aware his playing days will not go on forever.
Kalau dari saya sih,
to be frank, if I'm not able to keep up during training, if I'm not able to follow the program set up by the coach, and if I'm not getting any real success at the tournaments, I guess it's over for me. I'm sure it will be a difficult decision, but it's a reality that we all have to face. Retirement is inevitable. At this point, I feel I can play on for another 2 to 3 years because I'm always at ease when I'm playing badminton.
Senang juga gitu loh di badminton.
So until Hendra Setiawan decides to finally hang up his racket, fans everywhere can continue to enjoy and savor every moment of his badminton brilliance. Time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to name the European men's singles player who currently holds a superior head-to-head against two-time Olympic champion Lin Dan. We're off for a break, so have a think and we'll reveal the answer when we return. After the break, we are in Glasgow to find out more about the buzz surrounding the Shuttle Time Big Hit Festivals. Before the break, we asked you to name the European men's singles player who currently holds the best head-to-head against Chinese superstar Lin Dan. The answer is Victor Axelsen. The 23-year-old's crowning glory at the recent Total BWF World Championships earned the Danish ace a superior 4-3 record over the legendary Chinese shuttler. In doing so, Axelsen became only the third European men's singles player to have stood on top of the World Championships podium. Taming the 5-time world champion was no easy task, But the Dane's ruthless and aggressive attacks saw him wrap up the match in 2 games. Scotland hosted one of the biggest badminton tournaments when Glasgow welcomed the best players in the business for the Total BWF World Championships at the Emirates Arena. Fans were treated to exhilarating, heart-stopping action and some of the finest displays of badminton the sport has to offer. While badminton enthusiasts wowed and cheered inside the Commonwealth Arena, an equally boisterous atmosphere was felt just across at the Velodrome. Hundreds of excited young voices could be heard echoing daily from the hall next door.
Big Hit Festival started last May, and it's to try and get as many kids that we can in Scotland participating in badminton. We've been doing festivals for over 20 years actually, with the Scottish Open and all the other major events that we've been given.
Yes, this is Badminton Scotland's Shuttle Time Big Hit Festivals. Previously named Play Badminton Festivals, the initiative is part of Badminton Scotland's legacy programme aimed at ensuring the tradition of the racket sport is kept alive long after the hype of an international tournament is over. This year's Big Hit was rolled out with a big bang around the World Championships.
What we want to do is ensure that the legacy for this World Champs is that thousands of children after this event will want to take up badminton, whether it's in a church hall, whether it's in a sports centre or a community hall. We're giving away 7,000 rackets to all the children so that they can take up badminton, whether it's in their playground or their back garden or in a hall. That is so important.
2, 1.
Badminton Unlimited was invited to one of the sessions, and the team met some of the most enthusiastic group of staff, volunteers and participants.
The team is massive. We've got 8 RDOs, which are Regional Development Officers, so they're getting kids from all over Scotland to travel down. So we've got players up in Inverness coming down, Aberdeenshire, Edinburgh, coming from all over. Volunteers, we couldn't do it without them. We've got 13 coaches who are volunteering all week. They're helping the kids, and then we've got secondary school kids from again all over Scotland coming to coach the kids, and hopefully that's going to be our coaching workforce for the next couple of years. Really.
The Big Hit Festivals ran over the 7 days of the championships, keeping each session lively and entertaining. The young participants from over 50 schools in Scotland were shown the ins and outs of badminton.
Each station is a different thing altogether. There's hitting, there's running, getting their stamina going. There is also, we have introduction to rackets and shuttles, we have soft balls, and they'll get a shot. There's something different on each court that they can try, and if they like it, then they can hone their skills in on that.
If you take 2 different aspects, you've got badminton, there's a lot of endurance based in the sport, but there's also part of the sport that involves a lot of skill. So in the endurance section, we have, we've got relay races and racket races, which, as we know, as kids, involve people going to and from different stations at different ends, because badminton as a sport involves a lot of endurance, but as I said, it also involves a lot of skill sets. So what we have is a station called team singles. So whether it's for people who have picked up a racket or haven't, it gives them the ability to experience badminton in a slightly more competitive sense, playing one-on-one with a half court of another person, having that ability to be able to actually play badminton rather than gain the skills as well as on top in the other stations.
Besides learning the basics of the world's fastest racket sport, the children were given the chance to catch and observe some of the best shuttlers strutting their stuff at the World Championships held next door.
I think it's a really good idea to get as many kids in as possible, because they've got a buzz to go and watch the players that they know about but they maybe don't get to see. So a lot of the kids are really excited at that, and especially the way that we've worked the Big Hit Festivals this year. Some of the kids have already gone in to watch, so when they come in they're already wanting to try all these different shots that they've seen the players do.
Another bonus for the school children was meeting the Loch Ness Monster Championships mascot, Nettie, who took time off from her busy schedule to meet some of her adoring young fans.
Nettie's she's a legend, we'll just call her that. She's one of the best mascots I've seen in terms of quality and in terms of getting the kids, they get so excited about the mascot. We have great people, you know, doing work with Nettie and playing that role and really getting the kids G'd up, and they love going around and doing all the crazy fads like high fives, dabs, things like that, you know, and she gets the crowd going. She's a character, so she is, and we've got little toys and things now made up for her, and she's a really big role within the championships.
Badminton Scotland have certainly injected the fun in learning for these school children. The governing body hopes that the young participants will carry with them the passion for badminton even after the sessions have ended. And for the people behind the scenes, it was the satisfaction on the faces of their young chargers that made their day.
As long as we keep the kids motivated and they've got a smile on their face, that's what makes it happy for us. That's why we do it. By the end of the class, they're absolutely, oh, can we do more, can we do more? So that's what we're looking for. As long as we can put the smile on their face, that's what we're looking for.
The Big Hit Festivals was a smash hit with the young. It might be just a fun introduction to badminton, but hopefully there will be a handful looking to take their interest further. The MetLife BWF World Superseries circuit resumed last week as elite shuttlers gathered in Seoul for the Victor Korea Open. Mixed doubles was up first on finals day, and it saw Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto of Indonesia taking on China's Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. Last year's All England champions Jordan and Susanto started off the hungrier pair, racing to an early lead as they comfortably took the opening game. Wang and Huang got off to a good start in the second, but fell behind midway through the game. In the end, it was the number 4 seeds of Praveen and Debbie who sealed the victory to claim their first World Super Series crown of 2017. The final result, 21-17, 21-18. Over in women's doubles, home favourites Chang Ye-na and Lee So-hee battled it out with another Chinese pairing of Huang Ya-chong and Yu Xiaohan. The unseeded Chinese combination stunned the crowd in the opener when they convincingly shut down the Koreans to claim the opener with ease. Chang and Lee tried to rally a response in the second, but their opponents were simply in better form on the day. And after 46 minutes, it was game over, Huang and Yu sealing their first World Super Series crown as a pair. 21-11, 21-15, the final score. Fans were treated to an all-Indonesian affair next when Anthony Sunisuka Ginting took on compatriot Jonathan Christie. This was the first time since 2008 the country had 2 of its own contesting in a BWF World Super Series men's singles final, and both shuttlers were keen to impress. Ginting got off to a brilliant start when he claimed the opening game, but Christie responded well, producing an inspiring comeback midway in the second game to force the match to a decider. The final game summed up a spectacular performance from both players. Christie once again bounced back to tie the game at 20-all, but Ginting quickly spoiled the comeback, nailing the next 2 points to seal a historic victory. A first-ever World Super Series crown for the young Indonesian, as the final score read 21-13, 19-21, 22-20. The women's singles saw a repeat of the Total BWF World Championships final, as number 5 seed Prasala V. Sindhu took on the world champion Nozomi Okuhara. It was a highly contested opener, but it was Sindhu who snatched the first game. Undeterred, Okuhara leveled the match at 1 apiece. But the Japanese ace struggled to maintain her momentum in the final game. After racing to an early lead, Prasala never looked back. The Indian shuttler avenged her defeat in Glasgow when she triumphed with the final score 22-20, 11-21, 21-18. Men's doubles wrapped up a thrilling week with the tournament's top 2 seeded pairings facing each other in the final. Danish veteran duo Matthias Bo and Carsten Mogensen were eyeing their second World Super Series title for the year against the exciting Indonesian duo Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. The Danes were off to a good start after clinching the opening game, but Gideon and Sukamuljo quickly regrouped in the second and the match went to a decider. But it was Bo and Mogensen who eventually edged their opponents after over an hour of play. 21-19, 19-21, 21-15 read the final result. The fun continues after the break as we learn more about a badminton camp in Malaysia during the school holidays. With digital innovations, Shuttle Time is now more fun, engaging and accessible than ever. So get connected to BWF's Badminton Schools program. Find out more about BWF's grassroots initiatives on these platforms. Download the app, visit the website and get active on Facebook. Your gateway to Shuttle Time has never been so easy. Sport is enjoyed by all around the world, and it promotes universal values that transcend language and culture, regardless of age, gender, or ethnicity. Various aspects of sport can help improve an individual's physical and mental well-being. In the process, it unites and inspires people collectively, which helps to build communities. This is what the school holidays camp at Michael's Badminton Academy hopes to achieve by using the world's fastest racket sport as the tool to bring the younger generation of Malaysia closer together.
We do this every quarter, every school holiday. We started last year. This is our 6th camp, and we hope to bring more camp in the future. We wanted to make it unique so that people will be interested. This is open for any levels of badminton skills. Here we teach 4 values. We have communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and courage. These 4 values they learn by themselves.
Established by Malaysian badminton enthusiast Michael Lee, the Badminton Academy started off with a dream of bringing badminton lovers together, sharing their lifestyle and passion for the sport. The addition of the 4-day camp further strengthens its original goal by exposing more children to badminton.
The kids learn a lot of things. As I explained to you, first, when they come in, they don't know each other. During the 4 days camp, they become very good friends, first. And then secondly, it's all about discipline. They will all have to wake up at the same time. Get up, brush their teeth, do a dance, all our morning breakfast together. So after the breakfast, training all together. After that, rest all together. For the last 4 days, all will be, we call it all will get together and friendship.
The school holidays camp also provides a comprehensive program that helps take the children's badminton skills and knowledge to the next level in an environment that enhances collaboration and teamwork.
Traditionally, our camp, when we started, the first training session is what we usually call assessment. So from there, the coaches will assess individually what is the level of skills. Do they really have past trainings or not? So and then from then on, in the different session, they will separate each kid based on the level.
With various activities and interesting training programs, the kids were well occupied and engaged learning more about the sport.
We give them different activities, not only badminton training, but other sports activities to make it unique. And kids may be interested to learn Muay Thai, but through badminton, they will be exposed in badminton. So from there, they would see, oh, badminton is nice. Because here we wanted to present badminton is fun, badminton is healthy, and badminton is a lifestyle.
Honing the children's badminton skills is not the only focus at the camp. Attention has also been given to developing their character and self-determination, which are the key ingredients to a successful path.
We wanted to build kids as a champion for life. Here we teach all these values that they don't really learn in the confines of a school, in the confines of sometimes parents, Malaysian parents are so busy working, both of them are working to be able to pay for the living, right? But These ones, we wanted them to become, to learn all these things, to really become champions for life.
Revolving around the elements of fun, passion and dedication, it is the hope of MBA that their unique approach can help inspire the future generation to unite in the spirit of the shuttle game. Let's take a look at the tournaments coming up in the next few weeks in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week, Sabrina Jacquet of Switzerland shares her love of the sport and her ambitions in women's singles with us. See you next week.